damn, see what's on this motherfucking TV, man.
I'm sorry.
Motherfucking cable off. Shit, I'm making. Hey, bring me something to drink. Yeah, the motherfucking crazy horse do. That'll work. Damn, shit on this motherfucker. Oh shit, what the fuck is this?
What's up?
How's it going?
Recording started. Sorry, man, I totally forgot. We put the kids down late.
It's all good.
Glad you texted.
I was sitting here, I'm like, he must have forgotten about it. No
yeah, it was a long day. I had to go in at 6:30. I had to stay till 5:30. Came home to take care of the kids, and now they're in bed.
Yeah, I put mine down at 8. And I was like, okay, you guys are done for the day.
Yeah. Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Good evening and welcome to Our Take on the Breaks, a weekly hip-hop podcast hosted by myself, T. Vance, and BK Short. Brian Hatch is not giving a fuck, making a movie. And, yeah. Hopefully he'll be back soon. He's doing his own thing right now currently. Getting that film edited out like we said last week. But this is Our Take on the Breaks, where we discuss our own point of views on the topic of hip-hop and the music to help to develop a culture that is celebrated worldwide. What up, B?
What's up, what's up?
Hectic week at work, but that's besides the point.
We all have those.
Yeah, I'm done talking about work, and it's my weekend now.
Hell yeah.
It is my weekend. I had an interesting weekend last weekend.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So last week, I was geeked. I was going to see Scarface, hit a hole in the wall, and somebody decided to put some holes in the wall.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, obviously, I know this story already, but,
You're supposed to act like I didn't tell it to you yet.
Well, this is for the listeners, so, I mean, our 3 people, maybe 2, maybe 1.
I think there's 6.
6 people?
6? We're moving up. No, I don't know.
Wow. That's actually pretty awesome. Well, to our 6 listeners,
you know what? Whatever gives me a reason to come on here at night and talk my love of hip hop, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly, that's what it's all about. So why don't you, kind of set the story up how you set it up for me, and tell everybody how how it all went down.
So, a couple months back, I saw Scarface was going on tour, and I'm a huge Scarface fan, one of my favorite rappers. Excellent storyteller, and just one of my favorite MCs. And I had the privilege of seeing him last spring in Detroit at the Fox Theater with Ice Cube, EPMD, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, MC Lyte, bunch of people. Older crowd out there. No issues. And out of all the concerts I've been going to, in various places, Flint, Detroit, Ann Arbor, never had an issue. Security's honestly usually locked down, I will say, at all those places. Except now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever been patted down or had to go through anything at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, no, not at the Blind Pig.
I think that's the only place. But I can honestly say, too, I don't think I've ever seen a fight break out there either.
No.
Yeah. It's never.
And at the Blind Pig, too, it's predominantly white kids coming to see hip hop. So, I mean.
Very true.
Not that it's a. You know what I mean.
You're painting with broad strokes here.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, sometimes when you're in the inner city, you can have people that like to fight and shoot and cause problems.
Yeah, Ann Arbor's not really that way. So anywho, I saw Scarface was coming around. Cheap tickets, they were $20 a pop, and like I said, it was at a hole in the wall in Lansing. I'd never even heard of this place. It was called the Fahrenheit Ultra Lounge. It was on the south side of Lansing, and I'd never been up to a concert in Lansing either. I'd only been The only thing up that way, I've been to Flint. I've been over to the machine shop to see some metal shows. So anywho, call my buddy E up when tickets went on sale. I was like, hey, you want to go see Scarface? Because I always like to have somebody at least go with me. He was down. He came with me to the last one in spring. And so we made the trek out on Saturday. And walked up and stood in line. It was a pretty short line before the doors opened. And asked for tickets and ID. And then I couldn't help but notice when the guy behind us walked up and the bouncer gave the same spiel of tickets and ID. The guy behind me had said, I don't have ID. And the bouncer's like, well, you need ID to get in the club. And he's like, I don't have ID. And the guy's like, all right, well, if you're going to want to get in here, it's going to cost you a little extra. So basically, he was going to pocket a little $10 and then still charge him to get in the door for the ticket. Jesus. I'm sure that just goes in his pocket and he just wraps the band around his hand. But there was security there. Like when I came, the guy, like one of the main dudes I could tell that was kind of running security around there was like, anybody has any weed or drugs or anything, you're trying to bring it in, don't even think about it. You're not going to give my guys a problem. There's not going to be a problem. Take it back to your car right now. So at least he's giving people a heads up, like, hey, take your shit back to your car. It won't be an issue. So whatever, we get up to the thing when they start opening doors. And they were frisking guys, I should say, anyway. I didn't see any female security guards. So I was getting the full pat down, crotch, everything. Like it was like TSA style pat down.
Yeah.
And then they had a guy with a wand, metal detector wand, scanning us. And then we got in. And as I'm standing to go in, I actually see this guy walk by me. And thought I recognized him, but wasn't positive, so I didn't say anything. And I'll come back to that later in the story. So we get in. It's funny, my buddy E just told me from the gate, he was like, I got a feeling this is going to be a long night. And this place is an interesting setup. It's basically like up top on the second floor, it's like I don't know how to describe it, like a square. Basically, it's a big balcony that wraps all the way around, and there's a couple bars up top. Looked like there was 2 bars up top. Then you had an area where they were selling merchandise, and that was it for the upper tier. And then down below was where like the main dance floor was, a couple more bars down there, VIP area, and a stage. And so we found a spot right across from the bar, and it was on the second floor up, so just like looking right over the stage, perfect spot. I didn't have to worry about anybody being taller than me down below and blocking my view, ruining my experience for the show. So I had a good view, and we're up there watching all these opening acts come through. A bunch of local guys from Flint and Lansing. And at one point during, I want to say it was, and I don't even know who some of these guys were, the sound there was terrible. I couldn't even understand most of what they were saying over the speakers. I don't know who the guy is Face brought with him to open for him, but he was from Houston. But during the time that he was on stage, my buddy taps me on the hand and points over to the back of the club, down on the main floor area, and points to a fight that's breaking out. So I'm looking over there, and then he turns to me and is like, gun out.
Oh, God.
Like, what? And I look around, and I'm trying to look for something, and then I see a guy tuck something back in his pants. And later he saw the same thing, and he was like, yeah, that was a guy putting the gun back. I was like, huh. I guess I assumed security came and kind of took care of it, but apparently it was, looks like it was self-regulated, and that nothing happened. So, whatever. Went about my night, and kept watching the shows that were going on. Face finally comes out. It was late, too. It was like close to midnight when he finally showed up. Doors opened at 8, and we were in line. We were in line at 7:50. So yeah, it was a long 4 hours of us just standing there and just waiting and waiting. And finally, Face comes out, and the first thing he does is he puts the sound guy in check. Because it did. It just sounded like shit. And Face was like, hey, turn my mic up, man. And then the guy turns it up, and he's like, can you hear me out there? And some people are like, yeah, but I think they're just going along with it, whatever. But it just sounded like shit. Face, I'm assuming, been touring for probably like 30 years at this point, knows this shit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So he's like, this ain't what we talked about in Soundcheck, homeboy. Like, he just starts fucking going in on him. Like, he's like, turn all the other mics off. He's like, mine should be the only microphone on right now. And I just think it was a matter of, their sound system. I think it sucked. You know?
Yeah.
So they ended up getting into where it was decent, you know? And if you knew Face's songs and stuff like that, it was pretty easy to follow the line. Plus his voice kind of cuts through. Even though it was still sounding kind of shitty. So during the second song he's got going on, a fight breaks out to the right of the stage. And Face just walks over to that side of the stage, and he keeps rapping, but he's just staring at the fight while he's going in. It was hilarious. And when he was done with the song, he told his DJ, he's like, hey, cut my music off. And then he's basically like, y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna come up here with this bullshit. This is my party. You're not gonna ruin my party. We're all here to have a good time and not watch some people get into some bullshit and fight. And everybody was just like, yeah, they were all geeked. And it was awesome. So he's already called out the sound guy. He's calling out people fighting at his concert. It's like, yeah, that's the Face I expect. So he's going through his catalog of songs and whatnot. And he was doing a ton of different shit from different albums. He's kind of covering everything. And then, all of a sudden out of nowhere, oh no, it was just after he asked for a moment of silence for Pac before he did Smile. And
yeah.
This was almost kind of like, I'm trying to think of how to word this. This is almost like an indicator of the kind of people that were at this club, and the lack of respect that they have for anything. Sure. Was that he was like, let's have a moment of silence for Pac. And it was still loud as fuck. And they're like, nobody had shut up. There was like a few of us that were, kind of like, I respect them, give him, a moment of silence. He didn't call anybody out or anything, and he went on to Smile. And then after that, he calls up Money B from Digital Underground onto the stage. and he did his verse from what song is that he did with Tupac? Weekends is made for Michelob, but it's a Monday. So just let me hit it, Joe. I get around.
Yeah, I get around.
Yeah, so he did that, and that's who it was that I saw when we were walking in the club, and I looked over and just saw the short guy in all green, and I was, man, it looks like Money B.
So is he from Michigan or?
No, he's from Oakland, California.
Oh.
And so I was like, I saw him and I thought it was him, but I didn't, I wasn't positive, and I didn't want to be like, hey, Money B, or hey, you look like Money B, and just kind of look like an idiot if it was Money B, or if it was Money B and I was like, hey, you look like Money B. Well, I am fucking Money B.
You'd have probably been excited because not many people probably recognize him. So
maybe, I don't know. I knew, I reckon, I mean, like I said, something clicked and went off in me, but I wasn't 100 on it. So I didn't say anything. Yeah. I'm usually not that kind of person anyway, that kind of jock people and whatnot, whatever.
Yeah.
So he does that, and then he did Freaks of the Industry, which love that song. And then he talked about how Tupac's favorite rapper was Scarface. So I thought that was cool. Then he left the stage and he went back up to the merch area. Apparently he was the one up there pimping Scarface's merch at the club and selling it. So that's what he was doing there earlier. He was setting up the merchandise area. So not too long after that, Scarface, who's lately been doing these shows, he's been bringing an acoustic guitar along. He actually played, what did he play? He played some Eagles, and then he played some Megadeth on his acoustic guitar. Or not Megadeth, Metallica. But it was so cool. Just like, and he's like, "Yo, I don't think I could do that shit, did you?" So, but he's really good at playing.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Oh, and so as he was setting up to play the acoustic guitar, the area off to the left of him was where the stairs were coming onto the stage, and then that's where he kind of had security set up, or a couple of his people set up, block anybody from running up on there. And I happened to notice this, it looked like a bottle cap to like one of those like Starbucks like glass bottles or something.
Mm-hmm.
It got thrown up on stage, and it went in between the two like guys that were blocking off the staircase, and it landed on the stage. But nobody happened to notice it. I saw it flying and land up there. And then right after that, like, a bunch of ice cubes get thrown up on the stage. And Scarface grabs his microphone before playing the guitar, and he's like, fuck that. He's like, you're not going to sit there and disrespect me and throw some ice cubes up on the stage. This is bullshit. Something along those lines. Basically calling somebody out again for something. And he's like, somebody needs to go over there and beat that N-word's ass. And I think he said it a second time or something like that. So I don't know if this had anything to do with what ended up happening by the end of the night, because it wasn't too much longer after that. It was probably like maybe another 15, 20 minutes after that. So I don't think it really had anything to do with it, but I don't know. Wasn't down there to witness everything or know the whole full story or whatnot, so... Show's going on. Face is wrapping up, doing an a cappella version of his song Never. I'm trying to remember if it was in the middle of that or it was right after that and he started a new song. But he's in the middle of performing, and all of a sudden I just hear pop, 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 pop. These gunshots going off. And they were right below me. Everybody's ducking and running out of there. I was actually kind of delayed. I don't know if I was just in shock or what, but I ended up like seeing what everybody else was doing. I'm like, all right, I better hit the ground. And I was even kind of careful about it. I didn't want to like just throw myself onto somebody or onto like a table or that had been thrown over or whatever. So I get on the ground. I realize, well, I'm laying in front of this glass up on this rail, so I'm not hiding behind anything that would protect me. So I stand up real quick. Everybody else is still like laying out on the side, up on this upper level. And I start hopping over the couple of tables that were knocked over, and I just dip towards the back. And no other gunshots have gone off other than the initial ones. So probably since the shots have been fired, by the time I got to the back, it'd probably been about a good like 20 seconds maybe. And I assumed it was, I'm like, all right, whatever, this is over. And I walked back over to the railing, and I look down there, and I see this guy laid out, not moving. And I'm waiting to see, like, blood pool up or something. I'm just thinking, like, oh, my God, this guy's dead, because I didn't see him moving at all. And I see people, the stage, it wasn't like your typical stage of, like, crafted out of wood and had a front to it or anything. It was, like, one of those kinds that you would just, like, throw up if you were, like, going on tour and bringing with you or something like that.
Yeah. And
it was accessible from the bottom. It was wide open. People had dove underneath there and were still hanging out under there. I don't know if they had their backs to me from the couple I saw. I don't know if they were the ones that were shot too, because apparently 3 people got shot, which I found out later. But I don't know if they were just waiting even longer just to see if, everything was cool. And maybe even the guy that ended up laying on the ground not moving, maybe that's what he was doing too. I don't know. Just playing dead. And nobody was around this person at this time. And then I'm just kind of watching it. And all of a sudden security's just like, everybody get the fuck out of here. So at that point I leave and get around the corner. People are flying up the stairs screaming. And there was actually a couple people that were coming back in and like from outside, I guess. I didn't tell you about my boy E. He actually left a little bit earlier. About halfway through Scarface's set, he said he was hot. He was going to go downstairs, get some cooler air because it was cooler down there. It's like a basement area. And then he texted me and he was like, "Hey, I'm outside. I'm ready to leave whenever you are. No rush." So, and I didn't want to leave Scarface, who I came to see. If I'm going to sit here through all these local acts that I didn't really care for the most part. There was a couple that were all right. I drove up here to see Scarface. I'm tired too, getting old. It's 1 in the morning. And so I was like, all right, I'm riding this out. And then there was actually a point during the show before the shooting that I looked down there and I was like, you know what, maybe I will go down there. see if I can find E. But I was thinking my game plan in my head, like, all right, if I don't find him, where's the best spot to see the show where I'm not going to be blocked off once I'm down there? Because I know I'm not getting my spot back by the railing up top at this point. So I looked down there, and it ended up the area I kind of looked out at and was like, all right, that'll probably be a good spot to set up in. Ended up being the area where they were shot. So I'm glad I didn't go down there. And then about 1 or 2 minutes before the shooting, I texted E, and I was like, hey, you still outside? Because I had a feeling the show was wrapping up, and I don't know, I kind of like to beat crowds out of buildings and stuff like that. And
yeah.
So I was waiting on those spots, and that's when the shots went off. So when I actually got outside the building, though, and everybody was running out of there, there were already police, like, in the parking lot. There were more swarming in. I finally caught up with E, and I just ran over and was like, dude, we got to get out of here. Somebody just got clapped. We went over to the car, because I'm thinking, too, like, this could spill out into the parking lot or something. And so we got in the car, and then just got out of there. And then, which is probably a better thing, too, because it sounds like they just, like, locked the parking lot down and the streets and stuff like that. And I didn't want to be stuck there. It was already 1 in the morning. I'm tired. And
yeah, once they started investigating and stuff, they probably locked that whole area down.
Yeah, so, and I was just, I was tired. It was 1 in the morning. I'd been standing all night, wanted to go home. And then, but my adrenaline was pumped, too, though.
Yeah.
Just like, because I'd never been in a situation like that. That was I mean, I've got guns, and I go out and do some target practice and stuff like that. And, but to be in an actual incident where, I mean, people are shooting somebody over who knows what.
Probably something stupid.
Yeah, and I don't know if those 3 that were hit were innocent bystanders or what. I don't know. I've done some Facebook stalking, and I could, as far as motives, I don't know anything that I could find anyway.
Wow.
So yeah, then we drove home, and I don't think I went to bed. That was daylight savings night too, so it was already kind of rough. You know, it was like
yeah,
like got to spring forward an hour, and it was like an hour and 20-minute drive back to home for me on top of that, and then spring forward. But I didn't end up falling asleep till like 5:30, almost 6 o'clock.
Oh my god!
Because I was just on Facebook, like looking shit up too, just like, oh my god, you know, just typing in there like Scarface shooting, Fahrenheit shooting, Lansing, Scarface, like all these things, just trying to find something. Going to his Instagram, seeing if he acknowledged it or anything like that.
You know what the messed up thing is? You know, you think about how tired you were. He's like 45, 46 years old. You know, and this dude is still doing these late-ass shows. You would think that he'd want to come and do it, you know, get it over with and get out of there. I mean, God, that's crazy that he started that late.
Here's the thing I'm thinking, though. All right, like, A, he is older, but it's not like he's got a regular 9 to 5 per se, so he can actually adjust his sleep schedule differently.
True. Yeah, that's
he can
true.
sleep during the day, right before the show goes on. So basically, he's got a third shift job.
Yeah.
Something
He probably sleeps on his tour bus, I bet.
Oh yeah.
When they're driving.
So you got that. B, you got to think about these venues that host these things. Their major bit of cash that they're making is off the bar.
Yeah.
So their objective is open as early as possible to get people coming in and start drinking, and then have the last performance as late as possible before you can legally stop selling alcohol, so they can make as much money as possible.
Wow.
So you figure 6 hours, 8 to 2, if it goes that late.
I wonder how much. I always think that, like with smaller venues, like how many people do you think were in there?
It was sold out, and we did see on the way in. We saw the maximum capacity for the building sign. Now I don't know if that. I'm assuming that includes working personnel as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the maximum capacity for that building was 620.
So 620 people.
Yeah.
And how much were tickets?
$20.
$20. So, I mean, do you think he gets all the money from the tickets?
Well, you got to figure, what about all these other guys that are opening? And then the promoter and all that. I don't know how all that works. The promoter's got to make something, obviously.
Because that's only like $6,000. So, I mean, you figure.
No, it's 12.4. If you're saying 620.
Oh, 612. Okay.
If you're saying 620 people, and not including like
1,200.
Yeah, and you're not including staff and workers and all that shit. So
he probably gets. I bet you. I'm wondering how much. Like, if a big name like that is coming to a small club like that, I bet you he's getting most of the ticket money, and they're paying a lot of the other stuff out of the bar sales and the things like that. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, you figure he pretty much tours like almost every day when he's on these tours. He's popping from city to city. So, so you figure he'd have to make at least 5,000.
Oh yeah,
just to make it worth it.
Let's say what are these tours? Let's say they do like a 30-city tour. Say they're making 5,000 though per. That's only 150,000, which I mean, it sounds like it's a lot, I guess, for 30 days of work, or like a little for over a month's worth of work or whatever, or 2 months. Yeah,
but then they're paying for a tour bus. They're paying for everybody that's on their bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like that dude. I was looking him up while you're talking, and he's been, he goes to every one of the shows.
Who's that?
Dude from Digital Underground.
Oh, Money B. Yeah, I think he's been rolling around with him on this tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to go back because Money B's got a podcast too called the Going Way Back Show.
Oh, okay.
That I've been listening to for some time. But they haven't been on in a little while, so probably because he's going out with him. I'm hoping it's not canceled because I'm hoping he comes back. I'd like to hear him.
Yeah, talk about it.
I don't know though.
He didn't say anything on his Twitter at all.
Yeah, Face didn't either. They're kind of keeping it on the low. I don't know. So,
wow.
I don't know.
Well, you think about it too is like the stop that he made after Lansing looks like was Cleveland.
Yeah.
So maybe, as you probably don't want to advertise that too much either. You don't want to sensationalize it too much so that way someone else in the next show is like, oh, unfortunately, that's how people's mentality is,
Oh, all I saw in like the comments was like, who was performing there that night? And I'm sure a bunch of people, Scarface. And it's like, dude, his shit's like, it's hard, it's gangster, but it's not, it's a form of entertainment.
Exactly.
If you watch him in his videos, he's like doesn't really come off as that persona to me anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. God.
And I know when I was looking all this stuff up too, I actually found there was another shooting at a Scarface concert in Virginia, and that was back in January. And,
wow.
And 3 were shot and wounded outside of the theater this time, though.
Jesus. It's funny. When I was looking at stuff about Scarface and kind of messing around and looking on the internet about him, I was like, I wonder how much Scarface makes. Like how much he's worth and stuff. So I looked his net worth up, and the first thing that I clicked on said negative 500,000. And then the second one, which was more updated, said negative $100,000.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that before.
Yeah, so he's in some bad debt right now that he's trying to catch up on. But yeah, he's one of those rappers that, like, pretty much anybody, I think even guys in the industry, respect the hell out of him as far as his skills and his songs and everything.
Oh, he's referred to as your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Yeah, exactly. People always put him in their top 10 or top 20 or whatever.
He's such a good storyteller.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, if you look back at his catalog, I mean, he's got a couple of really, really big songs, that were pretty huge. But as far as like really big album sales, I wonder like how big his sales were as far as, a lot of his other records. I mean, that's what's crazy about it, is to be that big of a name in hip hop. And, you got these other guys out there who like Snoop and all those guys, they're making tons of money, so and they're still selling out huge venues. You know, where Scarface should be selling out huge venues. He shouldn't be at those little places at all.
No.
You know?
Nope. But I mean, and then again too, like I remember Ghetto Boys were doing a Kickstarter to like fund a new album, and they were like, "We're gonna do a new album," you know, and nobody like they didn't make it. They reached the goal, and it wasn't even that crazy of an amount. Like, I think it was like $150,000 to like do an album or something like that. Which to me doesn't sound like a crazy amount of money. I mean, you're funding these guys for their time, and I don't know. You know, I mean, if you look at album sales and stuff like that, like that's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's not where they make their money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is that I can't believe that, I mean, like the concert you went to at, what was it at, the Fox?
Yeah.
So that concert, obviously, he was billed on another, you know, on a show with other people.
Totally.
So that's why he was there.
Mm-hmm.
But I still can't believe that Scarface, if you put a bigger stadium together, not a huge one, you know, not like the Palace or, but something like the Fox.
Yep.
I would still think that would sell out.
You would think so.
I can't imagine it not selling out, even if he brought a couple people himself.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know.
It's really crazy.
I don't know the industry and how it works as far as like setting all that stuff up, or you know, because when he was at the Fox, and I mean those were huge names there. It was, you know, Ice Cube, Eric B, or I'm not Eric B, Rakim, EPMD, and Big Daddy Kane, MC Light, like I had said earlier. In my opinion, I mean, granted, he's one of my favorite rappers, but he put on the best performance. And then the crowd was so into his performance. And I mean, I heard people just reciting lyric for lyric on most of his shit. And it was crazy. And then we go to this show, and most people aren't even reciting his shit. It was like all the older people, me included, were upstairs. It felt like, looking back at pictures and stuff in there, we were all upstairs, and then a lot of the younger people were downstairs, you know, and there were people down there reciting his shit. I could see them and whatnot, you know, and I'm talking about like, not just like Mary Jane or Smile, you know, like the stuff that got video, but like Scarface's catalog, like they know him.
Yeah, new as shit.
He wasn't getting a lot back. I think the biggest thing I heard people singing back to was Mary Jane, Smile, and Mind's Playing Tricks.
Yeah, which are all, I mean, people know those songs for sure.
Yeah, they all got radio play.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, I almost feel like a lot of the people that were there weren't Scarface heads necessarily.
Yeah, they were just going out to have a good time and
basically, you
know, hang out out there. They probably go to that club, you know, when it's not going on too. I mean, it's just so crazy. I just, you know, that's the one thing about music that really baffles me is that, you know, you got some of these people who are just huge stars to me. I mean, and that might just be because I'm a huge fan of hip hop, but you know, you get these people that are huge stars, and then for some reason they're not being billed on these huge shows. I mean, you would think that someone like Ice Cube or someone like that would want to put together a big tour and put these guys on it, you know, just so they can make bank.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because if you put a show with Ice Cube and more not, you know, like Big Daddy Kane and stuff was cool, but like there's a lot of other people that you could have put with Scarface and Ice Cube that would have just been insane, you know, for a show. But
that's a pretty good lineup, and it knocked a lot of people. That last one knocked a lot of people off my bucket list that I hadn't seen. Like I hadn't seen Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or Light or I don't think I'd seen EPMD yet either. No, I don't think I had.
Yeah, I saw EPMD at the Ford Music Festival. I've never seen Rakim, and I've never seen Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
I think I saw MC Light somewhere, and I don't remember what show it was, but yeah, I mean, How was Rakim at that show? Just kind of a side.
And we talked about that before, but
Yeah,
I wasn't. You know, I've always heard like he's the god MC, like that's it. But like, I don't know, I wasn't that impressed. And then again, it's 2016. Well, it was 2015 then, but it's almost a year ago. You know, it's not the Rakim of '88.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to be up there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
been in the game for. I mean, but at the same time, Scarface has been in the game for a really long time too.
Yeah.
Like '89, I think, is when he first started like doing his. What was his first? He had a first name like DJ.
DJ Action.
Yeah, Action.
Yeah.
That was like what 89, 90, I think.
Yeah, around there. Well, GB. I think their first album was with. It was actually through Def Jam. Rick Rubin produced it. I think that was 90.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was 89 or 90 when that dropped. So they were probably doing some shit before that, though, too.
Yeah.
A little more underground.
Yeah, that's just, man.
Well, when he came on, because the Ghetto Boys have had... Bushwick's honestly the only original member, I believe. They've had a couple... Yeah, they've had a bunch of other dudes in there.
But yeah, because I know he replaced a member, right?
Oh, Scarface?
Scarface.
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, because they already had... I think they were already signed or something, and then he came along and replaced somebody that was in the group. And then just kept on going from there, I guess.
Couple guys, I believe. Like I said, I don't remember the original Ghetto Boys, but I know it's like DJ Ready Red, Bushwick, and I think there were two other dudes in there, and I forget who they were. But when most people think Ghetto Boys, they think Willie D, Scarface, Bushwick Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who I think of. That's another thing, too, is when you think about, if the Ghetto Boys went on tour, I wonder how that would be.
They just did one.
Did they do a tour?
They did one around that Kickstarter time, like last summer.
Now I wonder how big those places were, if they were.
I don't remember.
Littler spots or.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I saw KRS-One at the Blind Pig, and it was like a little small venue, and nobody was, there's hardly anybody there when it first started. I was just like, what the hell? I saw Ghostface Killer there one time, and there was hardly anybody there.
The Ghostface. The Ghostface I remember going to, it was pretty packed.
Well, I mean, I'm saying for the Blind Pig.
I hear you.
To me, Ghostface Killer is still a relevant rapper. So I'm, that's a little tiny place. I mean, they probably not even 600 people at that place.
Yeah. I saw Redman there, same thing. It's just like, I mean, I love it. I'll take it because I prefer the small venues.
Yeah,
it's so much more intimate, but
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the big venues, but, depending on certain things, I'll go to it.
Yeah, because I've seen some shows that just sounded like shit because it was too big.
Yeah.
Like I saw Eminem at, Ford Field.
Yeah, I've heard that's bad.
Oh, it was the worst. I mean, you couldn't even hear him. It sounded like it literally sounded like standing in a parking lot and hearing like a car play the music coming out of the car.
It's coming over the PA.
Yeah, it was like echoey and it was really bad. But then I saw him again at Comerica Park and it wasn't bad at all. So I guess maybe just because that one's inside, and bouncing off the walls or whatever, but
a little reverb.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a crazy, crazy story, man. I mean, obviously, if I was in Michigan, I probably would have been with you. I mean,
probably.
So, and I probably would have been standing right there with you because I'm not the type to go wandering by myself in a situation like that. Just because, unfortunately, man, nowadays there are haters everywhere. So, I mean. You do have to unfortunately watch yourself in big crowds like that because you never know what's going to happen. But
yeah, one of the guy that ended up I saw laid out on the floor. I was doing my Facebook stalking and found his page and whatnot. He's actually a guy that he does these paintings. He made a painting for Scarface, and Scarface had it up on the stage. I don't know if he's going to say something about it at the end of the show or whatnot. Never got around to it, obviously. But from what I've read about the guy, he's like a stand-up citizen. The one of them that got shot anyway that I found out, was able to read a little bit about, like, coaches kids basketball in his spare time voluntarily, and you start looking at these Facebook pages and you're not sure about the person's condition yet, and you start looking at their pictures and like, oh shit, he's got a kid, like, and you start thinking about that, and just like it's like so fucked up.
Yeah, man, just to go to a concert and have a good time, you got to worry about that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, the wife wasn't too pleased either. I called her when I got out of there and was like, because she wanted me to tell her when I was coming home. So I told her I was coming home and told her I was like, concert got canceled because of a shooting. And she was kind of in her sleep and just like, what? I'm like, yeah, the club got shot up. And she's like, I love you and your love for hip hop, but you're done going to these shows. She's like, you have kids to think about.
No more Gully shows for you.
And it was Gully in there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sometimes when it's a little sketchy, man. When you feel it's a little sketchy, it's probably a little sketchy.
Yeah. Me and E were talking about it on the drive back, and he had a bad feeling from the gate.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Yeah, when I saw that post on Facebook, I was just like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Because, you talked about how excited you were about it. And I remember I was thinking, because I'm like, I said, I told Bianca, my wife, I told her, I said, yeah, T's at this concert tonight. I said, he's going to feel like an old man in the morning because he's going to be up so late. We were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, I wonder if he's probably watching it right now, not even thinking about what was actually going on. But, man, crazy.
Yeah. Well, knock something off the bucket list, I guess.
I think I'll let you knock that one off. I'm good. I'll just watch it on TV. I don't want anything to do with that shit. Wow.
I've been trying to find video, because everybody's recording all the show throughout the night on their phones and everything, and somebody has to have something on tape, at least if not just like the sound of it going off, but like I haven't found anything online.
Yeah, I was surprised by that, honestly. I mean,
the only thing I found was somebody posted to the owner of the club's Facebook page. He said he was looking through his videos of the show, and he's like, I have the shooting on tape. If you want the video to help you find this person, let me know. So I don't know if he was saying he had the actual shooting itself on video or just like it going off or something. But to say like if it would help you find the person, that almost implies like you've got hard evidence.
Yeah, you can see somebody in the crowd doing it.
Somebody replied to him under there, was like, you might want to take this off because if the wrong person sees it and they come looking for you. And he's like, I don't walk in fear. He's like, I'm in the right. That person's in the wrong.
Yeah, but that person's got a gun and doesn't care about using it.
True. Very true.
Wow, that's, man. You always think about like someone with that mind state after that happened. Like, I can just, just to be a fly on the wall or whatever when that person walked out of there, just have to shoot people, man. Like, just to shoot 3 people that were probably innocent, didn't have anything to do with anything, I'm sure. It might have just been the wrong place at the wrong time for them.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Or how bad was it really that had to happen? Yeah,
you couldn't just fight, or you couldn't just use some words. You had to pull a strap out. I mean, God. I just never understand that. I don't get why people want to take it to that quick,
Yeah.
To escalate to that point.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shut the furnace off.
I think we should start a new segment in our podcast called "Shut the Furnace Off."
It's really bad in the summertime when, unfortunately,
the air conditioner.
The air conditioner, fortunately, I'm in the basement, but.
Yeah, when I was in my apartment when we first started the podcast, it was like everywhere I went, you go out in the lanai and it was street noise, and then you go into my bedroom, it was the fan. You go in the living room, it was the air conditioner.
Yeah.
I got it nice now because my furnace and everything is in my garage, so that works really nice for me. So
yeah, since we started doing this again, since you got the new place, you sound perfect. So
yeah, it's nice and quiet now. So love that.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just fucked up.
It's crazy, man.
I'm just glad, you can't do much to change it. I'm glad everybody's all right.
Yeah.
And then, secondly, I'm glad it happened at the end of the show. And I got to see a lot of Scarface for my money.
Didn't ruin the show for you. At least.
Yeah, I was getting ready to walk out the door anyway. I was just waiting on that text to come back, and so, well, I was getting ready to walk out the door, I should say. Mentally, I was heading out the door, and then somebody solidified it for me.
Just hurried you up a little bit.
So after I saw the guy laid out on the floor and security comes running through, and I was like, everybody get the fuck out of here. At that point, I was kind of by the merchandise table, and I see Money B walking back over there, and I was like, should I stop and say what up to Money B? And I'm like, nah, probably an awkward time.
You're like, wow, that was fucked up, huh?
What up, Money B? Dude, love the show. Love all the shit you've done with Digital Underground. Big fan. Big fan. So, stay safe.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been really awkward.
I should have did just to see if he would have brought it up if he goes back to his podcast. But some fucking white guy comes up to me at the end of the show after shooting.
Oh man, I wonder if you went on Scarface's Twitter, because does he have a Twitter?
Oh, I went on there like that night, and I've checked a couple days afterwards, and he didn't say anything. He said thank you, Lansing, and then there was a couple people that were like, thanks for coming out tonight or something. Sorry, some people had to ruin it, and he was like, love you, fam, and then that was about it. It wasn't. There was like 2 replies to people about something. So he said thank you, Lansing. And they said something about talking about some hoes. Some Lansing hoes, probably. I don't know.
I think first thing I would have wrote was, don't drink the water.
A little close to Flint. That's what I said, too, on the ride home. I was like, maybe it's that water. lead poisoning up there. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to spray the club up tonight.
You're sending a message. Wow. We're going to get our podcast shut down. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if someone just came on to Scarface's Twitter and just straight up asked him, I wonder what he would say. Like, if you just straight up asked him what happened or how he felt about it, or...
Yeah, I don't know. I saw he had a reply. So as I'm looking all this stuff up throughout the week, there was a website called theboombox.com, and on their Twitter they said something, but apparently they deleted it. But I saw Scarface's reply, and it just said, that's not true. And then the only thing I saw was that whatever they posted was retracted, and then they said something about how they edited it to correct something, but they didn't say what it was. But I did see people talking about it on Facebook, and somebody was like, well, somebody's shooting the club up over ice cubes being thrown. So, like I said, I don't know if that was the actual, reason. Like, it was like 20 minutes afterwards, so I don't think it would, if that would have happened, I don't think it would have been that far after the fact.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
Mm-hmm. So, it had to have been something else. I don't know what. But yeah, they didn't find a gun. They didn't find a suspect at this point. So whoever it was probably out in the parking lot with us and getting out of there too.
Yeah, it's not something you really want to brag about.
Nah.
Man, I sprayed up the club last night at the Scarface concert.
No, and most people don't talk to police.
Yeah.
And shit, the song he was doing right before it or right there was Never, and he talks about just like how he would never snitch and all this shit, and so just that code.
Wow.
The good old code of the streets.
Yep. He probably was happy that he was close to the door.
He still had a ways to go, though, and he had to dip past some people and get off that stage, too. So I didn't get a chance
really?
I didn't get a chance to see his reaction. I know there was an article I read online that somebody was describing how they saw faces. His eyes were bulging and his jaw dropped, and the person writing that wondered if he saw what happened. You know,
he probably did
with his own eyes. I mean, he had a good vantage point. I don't know what the lighting's light if it's in your eyes or whatnot from where he was standing, but it was right by the stage. It was just to the
probably watched whoever it was pull the strap out and fire. I mean,
maybe.
You know, when you're up on stage like that, you can, you know, besides the lights, you can see everything. I mean, pretty crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
I don't know. But they dipped quickly, like everybody did.
Wow.
I didn't storm out with the masses. I kind of held back for a bit. I don't want to be part of a trampled chaos either, you know. And
yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, it's just one of those situations where you got to think about every aspect. There was an area.
That's what I'd be thinking about is the trampling.
I thought about going out this one area where I thought might have led to some doors outside, but I wasn't positive. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to follow the way I came in and trust my instincts on how to get out of here. And safely made it home.
Jesus.
Unscathed.
All for $20.
All for $20. No traumatic experience. You know, I'm not going to suffer from PTSD from this.
That's good.
So, you know.
But you probably won't be going to those type of concerts.
Oh, well, the owner, the city of Lansing, actually, after hearing it, 'cause apparently, as I was looking stuff up online about this place, maybe I should have done my research beforehand buying tickets, but apparently it's well known for its violence. One of the guys who was performing there, one of the local opening acts, had said he was going to be performing at that date at this certain club, and somebody's like, "Whoa, be careful on your way out. There's been a lot of blood shed in that parking lot." And so apparently it's a frequent place for shootings. Supposedly it's the first one that's happened inside the club, though.
That makes it better. Which that helped their AAA rating.
When my buddy texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm outside. Whenever you're ready, you know, we can go." It was like 20 minutes later or something like that. I started thinking I was almost going to text him back and be like, "You might want to actually be inside the club. It might be a little safer in here, you know, just because I didn't know the area and whatnot or what it was like outside." But I was just thinking, you know, taking in the just the type of people that were hanging out in there that night. That I could get a read on, and with all the fights that were breaking out and shit throughout the night, I just thought he might be safer inside, but apparently he was safer outside.
Jesus. Oh man. If the concert won't kill you, the water will. That's messed up. Oh man, I ain't taking no trips out that way anytime soon.
No. Nope.
Jesus. Well, on a good note, I mean, obviously from what I hear, the concert was good, though. I mean, it sounds like Space put on a sweet ass show. So.
It did. Oh, I forgot I was going to talk about the club itself. So the owner, or the city of Lansing, knowing its history, they wanted to, they were like, this is the last straw with that place. So the city pushed to basically shut the place down. They wanted to revoke the liquor license, which they filed an emergency claim, and they did. They actually confiscated all the alcohol, which I don't see how they have any.
Really?
How do you have any right to do that? You know, it's not the venue's fault necessarily. It's some idiot that comes into the club, even if security was fucking up and lackadaisical at some point. It's still. It's not their responsibility, in my opinion, to keep you safe necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah, how can they take their? I mean, that's their revenue. I mean.
Yeah. Well, even that's just your money that you spent out, like you invested into this place, and.
Yeah, when you have that kind of stock.
Yeah.
that's a lot of money, man. Liquor is not cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they had numerous bars in there, and I'm assuming like what they probably had down in storage and whatnot. I mean, hopefully they sold a lot of it that night. Didn't have much left, so he didn't lose as much, but I don't know, it's ridiculous. But the owner decided, F it, I'm done. He's like, I'm not even going to waste my time fighting the city on this. I'm shutting the club down. So,
Oh, wow.
I think tonight they were going to hold a anti-gun violence rally in the parking lot for like an hour, and then actually Spice One was supposed to perform there Sunday, so obviously that's canceled.
Wow. How weird, man. You literally went to a concert that shut down a club. It's fucked up.
I think I posted before the show came out, I was like, in Lansing or something like that, waiting for Scarface to tear the walls down, and apparently he did, basically. Not his fault, though.
Damn. I wonder if he got paid.
I wonder how that works too. I mean, from what I've understood from artists that like do shows and stuff like that, like big name artists, like before they go out and perform, they get their money from the promoter first.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've always understood is like that, because otherwise they'll refuse to go on. I've heard some big acts like say that. I think Royce the 5'9" had talked about they showed up somewhere in like Germany or something one time for a show, and the promoter was messing around with their money and didn't have it for them or didn't come up with them, and they were like, all right, well, we're not performing. I got my money. So.
Yeah, you think about that. I mean, that would suck to be the guy who has to stick around and try to get the money after there's been shots fired.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to be responsible for like carrying around all that cash and whatnot, because it's coming to you in cash. How are you going to cash your check?
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know. I saw when they were setting up merch and stuff, I saw the guy walking in with some merchandise, and he had a money machine with him. It was like a money machine safe where you put the money in and it takes it and stores it in there. But I'm just thinking about like that responsibility of like having to keep an eye on that, protect it.
Yeah.
Not get jacked.
Well, and the merchandise guy is the first one to go. I mean, look at that. Those people that came in and shot up that heavy metal concert in, where was it, Germany or
France, the Bataclan. Yeah.
Yeah, and the merchandise guy gets shot. I mean, that just sucks. He's only making like, $15 an hour or something. He gets shot, gets killed.
Help sell my stuff, and I'll give you a couple free T-shirts and a CD.
Yeah, exactly. Take you to IHOP afterwards and give you some pancakes.
Waffle House is on me tonight.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Man. What a crazy ass story, man. I don't really know where we go from here.
I don't know. Into some Scarface music at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously a fan. I know you're a fan.
Oh, yeah.
He's, I actually, because of this, I've been listening to his newer stuff, and I really like his new album. It's real tight.
Deeply Rooted, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's dope. I like it.
Pretty good. No, he's got a solid catalog.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
He just has, I was thinking about it. His storytelling is so much like an author writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you read, when you hear what he's talking about, like it's probably because of the way he raps too. It's very easy to understand. He's very slow with his cadence, so it's like you catch on like every word that he says.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I mean, because a lot of rappers are so quick and you don't understand half the stuff they say, so it takes a little bit of time to kind of catch on to the lyrics. But
yeah,
with Scarface, he's very much, has that very distinct voice.
There's not a lot of wordplay necessarily. You know, as far as like just playing on words and whatnot. He's vivid in his storytelling, and you can imagine everything.
Yeah.
So, and that's another reason why he's one of my favorite MCs is just that I'm big on storytelling.
For sure. Yeah, and he's another thing about him too is his videos were very vivid too.
Mm-hmm.
Very much for a person who's not living that life, to watch a video and see kind of some of the stuff that, he's seeing in Houston and stuff. It's kind of like, wow, and you, I don't know, it kind of builds the character a little bit,
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of rappers that have done that very well, but he just, I don't know, he's one of those guys that, like, I've liked him. I mean, he's been, guest appeared on a lot of different stuff, and I'd say the only career move that he did that I was like, what the hell, was when he was doing that, what's that, meeting of the Juggalos?
Oh, the Gathering of the Juggalos, yeah.
What? I don't understand why so many people do that.
It's huge.
I mean, there's just a lot of rappers that jump on that. I don't know if it's just a money thing or what, but...
Could be. I mean, maybe it's safer, too.
True.
You just got, I don't know, just a bunch of crazy white kids doing drugs primarily. I don't know. I could never put myself in that situation. I've watched some of those, some videos of those people hanging out there, and it's just, that's not my scene. I felt more at home at the Gully Club the other night than that kind of setting.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. That's a little weird. But, I mean, there's been a huge list of different people that have performed there, that...
Oh, yeah.
I think Snoop's been there. There's been a lot of different... I
know Ice Cube,
Yeah, Ice Cube's been there. Cypress Hill, I think's done it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. They get respect to get them in there somehow, but, man, I tell you what, it was some weird-ass people. It's very strange.
Not even the show itself is like, there's like all these like side shows going on at this gathering, like apparently that's just like, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, weird. Google that shit if you're listening. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess, But yeah, I was actually, when I was looking back at some old Scarface that I haven't heard in a while, and I came across this song that I actually really, really liked, and it's funny because one of the people that's on the song, I guess I followed him quite a bit, but now that I go back and I listen to his shit, it's just, it's so garbage, and that's Master P.
Mm-hmm.
But he had that song where it was him, Scarface, and Tupac. I don't know if you remember that one.
Mm-mm.
What's the name of it? It was Homies and Thugs is what it's called. But I love Scarface's verse on that song.
Oh, I'm sure. It's
so good. And obviously Tupac's was good, but Master P comes and just ruins the whole thing. I mean, seriously, like, I listened to Master P and the whole No Limit thing for a little bit, but I was driving down the road the other day, and I had Ghetto Dope, and I was like, I haven't listened to this in a while, and I put it in the thing, and I started listening to it, and I'm like, wow, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like him and Silk the Shocker. That guy could not rap on time for nothing.
I heard him speaking about that, and that's just like, Charlamagne the God asked him about that on the Breakfast Club show one day, actually recently, a couple months ago, and he was just like, that was my style.
It's really strange.
I don't know if that's just an excuse for like, man, I wasn't a good rapper.
Yeah, but they just basically made me do it.
I don't know, but I actually liked Silk the Shocker, Charge It to the Game, so.
Oh no, that album was dead. I like that album. There was
some good shit on there, but
yeah,
it's, I don't know, it was one of those things I enjoyed at the time, but I can say wholeheartedly that it's like not an album that I've ever really gone back and listened to.
Yeah, like I liked Mystical. Mystical's good. I liked C Murder had some good tracks, but man, Master P, he was horrible. Yeah. I mean, the only song I can say, one song that I liked by him was that I think it's an actual Ghetto Dope song, that make crack like this.
Yeah.
I like that song. If I still hear that one, I'm like, all right. But
I just liked it for the beat. That was fun.
Yeah, I like the beat, but it's just like, let me give a shout out to Leroy, drug dealer, neighborhood dope man. I mean, real nigga. That's just, that song was hilarious, and he literally just tells you how to make crack. I mean, it's like, but yeah, I mean, you got to give him credit for what he did with what he had to work with. I mean, really, it's just, I think a lot of the people were just people from his hood that he knew that
Oh, totally.
he just wanted to put on and make a character out of them. And I remember I got kind of into it, and I was like, God, what was the one guy's name? It was like Magic something.
I think it was just Magic.
Magic, and then there was some guy named Mr. Green.
There was a ton. Mr. Sarvan, and I think there's another
Mia X.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were all kinds of people. And then they brought Snoop on, and that was ridiculous. But yeah, check that song out though. It's actually a pretty decent song. I mean,
what was that?
Scarface. I don't remember.
I don't picture Face putting Master P on one of his albums. I don't know if he did.
I think it was a Master P song with Face and Tupac. Because in the video, they're both, Master P and Face are in it, and then they have a video of Tupac rapping because he was already dead. But yeah, it's called Homies and Thugs.
Speaking of No Limit, I follow a couple of sorry. He got me curious about this whole... it wasn't. It was on Scarface, My Homies.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I didn't care for that album too much. There was like a little era of like Scarface that I was like, about. Just like this weird, like when towards the end of his Rap-A-Lot career, I was kind of like about it. And I was a huge fan of Mr. Scarface's Back. The World Is Yours is like my favorite Scarface album. Most people claim The Diary, which is a banging album.
Oh, I love that album.
Untouchable was phenomenal. The Fix was amazing.
Yeah, The Fix was good.
Deeply Rooted was good. So there was a couple of that I just didn't get into. Like, I don't know, I think Last of a Dying Breed. I don't know if that was... There was like an album that Rap-A-Lot put out that was kind of really not co-signed by Face. I think he'd left or something like that. Might have been Balls My Word, I don't know. But speaking of No Limit, I follow a couple of different groups on Facebook, like digging in tapes or digging in the vinyl or something like that. And somebody had posted kind of a bunch of No Limit tapes today. And somebody had replied on there and was just like, I love No Limit. They always had the dopest album covers. And I could not help but reply. And I was just like, if you think that's dope, you need to go check out a Public Enemy album cover and then rethink what you just said.
It was like before Photoshop became big. They were horrible.
It was like Pix and Pencil or something like that, or what's the name of the company? I forget. That started doing I think they'd started doing their stuff and then moved over to like doing. a ton of people started using them, but like the Hot Boys and that whole thing started kind of using that. And I'm sure there was a bunch of even much more underground artists from down south that were using it at the time that we didn't really have access to it, during that era. But it was always just like fake ass photoshopped stuff of like a bunch of cars, some watches, a house, a jet. it'd be sparkly like diamonds.
Yeah.
And like you go back and you look at something like Fear of a Black Planet or Public Enemy's like Music and Our Message, and there's just like it's actual art and there's like meaning behind like the image that you're staring at. It's not just like this materialistic fake Photoshop bullshit. It's not even real.
Yeah, like I just looked up the images right now, and so you got one Young Bleed. Yeah, it's a picture of a house with a staircase and two tigers, and some ghetto bird flying in the background. You've got Big Bear Doing Things with two grizzly bears and a guy in the middle with the bear has a glass of champagne in his hand.
Jesus.
What is this one? The Mamas and the Papas? Shut up. Some of these have to be fake. I hope. Even Snoop's, like when Snoop did The Game Is to Be Sold, Not to Be Told.
Mm-hmm.
He did it too, because he had like the Snoop World, like kind of look like the White House behind him and the two Rottweilers in front of him. And it's so funny because, I mean, like literally every picture is like that. And then, yeah, like you said, like Chopper City and stuff.
Yeah.
And, then the Hot Boys took over it. This is funny, though. I literally was just clipping through these, and I just came to Daryl Hall and John Oates, Private Eyes, and it's done like a Master P album.
That's hilarious.
Totally gonna post this on our takes.
The name of the company that did a lot of these album covers was called Pen and Pixel.
Pen and Pixel.
Yeah, you should look up. Cool Keith did kind of a play on those album covers for this album. Look this one up. It's called Dr. Doom, First Come, First Served. Look that one up.
Dr. Doom.
First Come, First Served album cover.
Let's see, Dr. Doom. This is funny. Someone like literally took a lot of here's a Frank Zappa album cover that someone did at No Limit.
Yeah.
There you go. First Come, First Served.
Take it all in.
Let's see. We got a gorilla in the back.
Yeah. We got a burger.
We got a gigantic burger with a mouse on it.
Between the lettuce, the bun, and it looks like mushrooms.
What is it? A big fly.
Oh, it's a cockroach.
A cockroach, yeah. You got in the far left corner. You have a chimpanzee or some kind of
another kind of ape. I forget what those ones are called. You got some.
Then you have a lady's arm with
dropping some panties maybe out the
window. That's what I was gonna say. I'm presuming panties. Wow.
It looks like on the bottom right corner, like some trash bags that are starting to get ripped open.
That is art right there.
And then he's got a little bit of the bling, and then he's rocking the black Elvis wig.
Hilarious. Now that is classy.
Takes the cake.
You know what's funny though, when you look at him, like Mystical is the one person who kind of was a little bit lower key with it. Like his, like Unpredictable, it was like he was like a puzzle piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too crazy.
No.
What was the other one I just saw? Yeah, even Ghetto Fabulous, just him with like 2 cars.
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't into the fuckboy shit.
Yeah.
It's just.
What is this? This one says Ramdas. He here now? Be here now. What the hell is that? I gotta save it. These are funny. Blaine Crosby. Oh, here's David Bowie with some girls with big asses.
I gotta look those older ones up later.
Kermit pimping out. What is he? Pimping out the bacon. It's got Miss Piggy with her titties out. Wow. Yeah. So this show went a totally different direction.
Totally. Went from shootings to album covers.
Yeah.
And I'm currently looking at Devin the Dude sitting on a toilet taking a shit. I always love that album cover.
What about Ghetto Boys, The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly?
Oh, yeah, they did kind of have a... Like in
Dude's
front of
like smoking crack on the front.
In front of the LeWay house or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, with Uncle Sam, and yeah, that one's pretty interesting. Oh.
Good old Pen and Pixel.
Right. Poe White Trash.
Poe.
And the Trailer Park Symphony.
Nice.
Yeah. Poe Like Dis is the name of the album. Oh boy. I think I own quite a few of these albums.
Yeah.
I know I had Mia X from the group True. Unladylike. That was a horrible album. Really bad.
They just had been cranking shit out. No Limit's a whole other podcast. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to go back and revisit that catalog or not. But
yeah, that one we'd be here for hours. All right. Well, obviously, probably gonna reevaluate before you go to the next concert you go to, and
Yep.
see where your location is.
I was kind of fading away from him for a while there anyway, and I was only kind of going to people I really wanted to see, and I don't know. Face is always one of them, So sucks what happened. Hopefully, everybody recovers quickly and gets back to living his normal life as they were before, and get away from that kind of element. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, at least that club's closed down, I guess. It might be a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to go somewhere else. It's not going to end that violence.
That's true. Very true.
It was only a venue. I've actually saw a lot of people complaining about that, too. They're like, don't close that down. I don't want them coming to where I hang out.
Yeah.
It was like, keep them on the south side. And I was like, well, that's a little bit racist.
Just a little bit. We don't like them coming to our neighborhood.
Jeez.
All right. Well,
that is it for this episode of Our Take on the Breaks. You can check us out on beathatchbooks.com, iTunes, YouTube, and our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Our Take on the Breaks, where we host our episodes and hold various discussions about hip-hop. Until next week, Glenn.
Thanks for listening.
Mr. Scarface when walking down the block. Out jumps a fiend and steals all his rocks. Pulls out a gun and shoots down all the fiends. And Mr. Scarface went up the block again. Of you motherfuckers talking shit. We put you up, you put us down, and I'm mad. Time to talk about your dog ass. Jealous motherfuckers, it seems, wanna try the act. How do you do 'em? Fuck 'em up like a cardiac. So if you're curious, get a blood donor. Cause I'ma fuck you up so bad that your mama won't know you. I pity the fool who dissed the mastermind of wrecking shit. Now let me tell you something, bitch. Get yourself a headstone and blocks of pine. Cause when I catch up with you, your ass is mine. The line is drawn, word is born. The motherfuckers who crossed it are dead and gone. Punk motherfuckers go suck a dick. Bushwick,
Yo, money.
what you think about this bullshit?
Fuck those unknown motherfuckers. With a 10-foot pole, they can't touch us. Before the ghetto boys came around, you can't front on they clown. H-Town was no town. Yeah, we know you're still skeptic. Cause we ain't kissing no goddamn ass to be accepted. And if you're waiting on that to happen, sucker, you'll be a waiting motherfucker. Shit out of luck, stuck in cow fuck. Thumbs up to those who down with us. For you other motherfuckers in the atmosphere, I'm saying fuck you loud and clear. Fuck em all.
To every motherfucker who diss my crew, I'm saying fuck you, not what you hoes wanna do. I got an arsenal in my blazer, for instance. Some shit that'll shake the ground, so keep your distance. Parents confiscating my tape, sending letters and shit, talking about how they hate. The album Controversy, they're rebelling. I don't give a fuck cause the shit's still selling. So this is how the deal responds. I'ma cuss my ass off for your daughters and sons. And if you don't like your spouse, you can suck my dick until your lips fall off. I've had it up to here with this bullshit. To each I preach without a pulpit. Paws I don't do, nails I don't chew. Whenever I fix my mouth to say fuck you. That I know I couldn't keep, and I would never testify, cop out for a plea, or surrender information on my boys to the police. And you could never catch me on the block without a strap, and I would Never pull it out unless I'm about to black, and I could never forget my homies dying for they scratch. Forever pouring out liquor for them, God's in the back, and I'll never shed tears. My heart is like a stone now. Never thought I'd live to see 21. Look, I'm grown now. Never say never, they tell me all the time. Cause never means it's forever, but it's never crossed my mind, and I'll never go broke. I promise I'ma shine. Never come short on my issue. I'm on it every time, and I'll never be passive. You bet it, give me mine. It's my money, and I want it every motherfucking dime. No, never forgot all my struggles in the past, and I could never forget how to hustle for my cash, and I will never forget how I felt when I saw Brad take that first breath, and from then I knew I had the mask, and it could never be said I went out like a hoe. Never been punked, I'll never let it slide, never let it go. Never ever, never ever ever, no. Get on my level, hoe, or go get a shovel, hoe. It's never in question for my manhood, I get down. I'll never switch, never snitch, never sit down. I never hesitate to squeeze a nigga 6 rounds. I'll never squat to take a piss. Who's the bitch now? I never ran, I never will, I ain't never scared. It's in my bloodline, the realest nigga ever bred. And that's some of the realest shit that I done ever said. And I can die, but through my lyrics, I ain't never dead. I'll never disrespect my mama, never disrespect her mama neither. I'll never turn my back on Jesus. I'll never get caught off in the system, so I believe her. Man that follows man ain't a man, and I'm a leader. Never gon' turn cold, my nigga, I could never trade. I never cross my homies out, that ain't how I made. And I never had not one regret on how I was raised. I'm from the ghetto, where I slung and rapped it every day. Never knew no other way, this ain't gon' never change. Never gon' bite my tongue, fuck what a nigga say. 100 with myself, I swear to God I stay the same. And when I finally got my paper, I was on my game. I never talk a nigga down, do your thing, dawg. Never hate a dude for trying, that's insane, dawg. Get your motherfucking money, that's the thing, dawg. Too many homies dying young, feel my pain, y'all. Heavyweight, got a bad bitch in every state. On the grind, non-stop till I touch this cake. Mark ass niggas stay the fuck up out my way. I'm the true OG, you can quote what I say. I'm an H-Town nigga from around the way. Southside, riding dirty like I'm UGK. Asshole by nature like my name was Trey. And I don't gangbang, I control the game. And what I'm representing here is putting holes in brains. Or I say the same thing, I'll be old and gray. Before I fall off and rap about my clothes and chain. Ripping brain, popping trunk, dog, that ain't me. His elbows hit the scene back at 83. I stay street when it's done, that's that. You can find me in your hood pumping monster crack. I roll over rodents and rovers with rims on them. Sniffing out a red eye, expose them and then dome them. A lot of niggas bitches that claim that they OGs. A straight up pussy and claims that he knows me. I putting out these DVDs. Now my shit done hit the streets, he got to squat to pee. Got the feds on his team, so they watching me. Mousetrap for a rap pussy, watch and see. I've been straight for a long time, getting cake for a long time, me and Jake for a long time, nigga. Try to get like that Jeep for a long time, in the streets for a long time, toting heat for a long time, nigga. Try to get like that. Big dog status, I got big dog status. I got big dog status, I got big dog status. I got big dog status, I got big dog status. I got big dog status, I got big dog status.
Let me get down when I rock the shit ain't got no fucking drums in it, man. Damn. Why don't you put some fucking drums in the music so I can get down to business? I think it's time I paid a little visit to my rundown neighborhood cemetery to tally up the people I've buried. 57, 58, 59. All laying down in the same line. You sorry motherfuckers couldn't handle me. I done fucked up 17 families, so bring it on if you wanna play. Make my motherfucking day, cause you'll be one dead motherfucker. motherfucker black. I'ma put your ass on your back. I won't play no games with your boy. You'll just be one more nigga in the morgue. Yeah, you motherfuckers going for bad and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you'll be another nigga in the morgue, motherfucker. Oh, yo, check this out. But getting back to the bloodbath, you motherfuckers out there go for bad. That shit played out, my brother. I ride by and gun down motherfuckers. Whether friend or foe, bro, stepping on my toes, your ass has gotta go. Now here's how the shit took place.
How'd it go?
A nigga waved a tray 8 in my face.
Damn.
Screaming that shit about the squad mob. Talking big shit about the South Park. Said he's gonna stop me. Pissed off cause I'm down with the 5th Ward posse. That shit didn't make me none. I ain't scared of no goddamn gun.
My nigga.
Once I saw a quake, I snuck him.
What about his street boys, man?
Fuck him. I put it on his ass cause he's bigger. Didn't worry about the other 3 niggas. All of them ran to get back up. That's 12 more niggas I'ma stack up. Open up the trunk in a rage and loaded up my goddamn 12 gauge. If the pump don't keep ya, I'll be forced to hit you with the street sweeper. Your ass shouldn't have started no static, J. 12 gunshots automatically. I ain't going out like no sucker. I'm going out like a crazy motherfucker. Everybody knows that I ain't got it all, and I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Hit 3 or 4 in the head. That's 3 or 4 niggas left for dead. It doesn't pay to check cards, cause I'm sending motherfuckers to the morgue. Morgue.
Yo, Action, man, you been fucking it up this whole album, man. Yo, man, why don't you kick some of that smooth gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Doug, go ahead and drop it, man.
Niggas get stumped when they step with that bullshit. If you got a firearm, go ahead and pull it, cause I'ma put it dead on your ass when you reach. I got a little friend on my shoulder that I think you oughta meet. A 9mm that'll stop him. Get his ass in focus. Once I focus him, I drop him. Boy, you should've known not to fuck with me, bitch. Brothers like me are making mortuaries rich. So if you got something that you think you wanna prove, you better prove it now, cause you don't get a second chance, dude. One chance is all you get. And if I beat you to the draw, that's it. Get your mama black dress and call your family. It's gonna be a murder. My reason, insanity. Pulled up in a rider, trailer full of niggas, Mac 10, Tech 9, always fingers on the trigger. Backed in the bitch like I was staying. Opened up the trailer, South Park started spraying. Bullets flying everywhere, niggas getting struck. Had dope in the village, but I didn't give a fuck. Shoot the bitch up and I'ma leave her. If I can't sell my dope, then you can't either. Now here's a valuable lesson to learn. You fuck with mine, you get burned. Headed for the nigga who shot my partner. Shot his father, walking through the living room, tearing up shit. He's loading up his pistol. Ain't that a bitch? You should've had it loaded. He said, come on, Scarface, hold it. I won't do it again, man. Yeah, I know it. I told you when you take mine, I take yours. Hands in the air, fell to the floor. Please don't shoot, Scarface. I looked him in the eye, then I shot him in his face. A sucker's way out is to steal him. Dad said, always look a man in the eye before you kill him. It had to be a murder. Them hoes couldn't handle me. What's your reason, man? Insanity. It's on, and once again I come to you and rush it. Game to bust shit when motherfuckers wanna fuck with. The mastermind of bringing what you're singing to life. Awakened by the sounds of niggas screaming at night. Cover your eyes, I leave you face to face with your maker. The time takers, intent your mind, so now I break you. No running from it, you should've ran before we done it. Cause now I got the loaded 12 gauge to get your stomach. Sparks the light, as your whole highlights of light. Or burned alive, it's all for real, so tonight I ignite and leave
all face down to die with no will to live. I can see the fear in your eyes. No warning, surprise, nigga. I come for taking your soul to Satan. Watching every move that you're making for sure mistaken. If you were hoping for a turnout, walking the way, I heat you up and leave you burn out, nigga. I'm hard to kill cause I refuse to die. And can't no man born and woman alive get me. I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable.
Niggas always sleeping.
Back up in your ass with the resurrection. Is the group harder than an erection that shows no affection? They wanna ban us on Capitol Hill, cause it's die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers.
All along it was a ghetto, nothing but the ghetto. Taking short steps, 1 foot at a time, and kept my head low and never let go. Cause if I let go, then I'll be spineless. I'm going insane.
I think my mind just goes out of control and touch on subjects motherfuckers read about. I touch on the shit that they be leaving out. I seen this motherfucker's non-smoking. I seen the same nigga with the nine dying with his eyes open. And simply what this means is he didn't know that every dog had his day until he seen his. I bet you motherfuckers will too, because it's time, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still.
I think it's something in the water, man. It's gotta be in the water.
Oh fuck, Chuck's on a killing spree again with guillotine for men. I walk around town with a frown on my face. Fuck the whole world, gonna catch a murder case. The murder rate
may increase if you caught up in the world while it's dying. I guarantee you frying, cause I am on the verge of knocking motherfuckers out for no reason. Once I get down, there'll be no breathing. It seems when motherfuckers wanna calm down, put his palm down. Seems like I still lay the law down. Now it's all about what you wanna do, I'm asking you. Stuck to face, I break your ass in two. Bastard you, rather swim in some fucking hot tar before you fuck with Willie D, cause what I got for your ass will make you shit your meal. Cause it's die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfuckers, still fool.
And then we find ourselves in the middle of real life.
How many niggas brought their eyes tonight? How many niggas wanna ride tonight? Pick out our victims when the time is right. We get their ass up off the corner cause they die tonight. For sure, niggas be all up in my mud. But it's a different story when the motherfuckers coughing up blood.
Look him in his eyes, bust his
I bust another cap in his ass and he died. Time
but not a
expired.
time. Niggas be shooting the gift like they for real, but when it jumps, they ain't got no murder skills. So Bill just chops them down, watch them fall, and cut their ass head to toe, jaw to jaw.
Draw down, I bet your bitch ass holler, cause I'ma put a hole in your head the size of a $50.
Fuck around and get your cap filled, cause this is
Die, motherfucker, kill. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still fool. Die, motherfuckers, die, motherfucker, still. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, still
motherfucking one, we getting shit done, you know what I'm saying? Ghetto Boys, 1996, the year 2000 and forever. And the shit don't stop until I say it's over with, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Man, motherfuckers following the nigga around, dude. That's real. True shit, y'all. Fuck these feds, redneck, racist motherfuckers. Man, I don't wanna run no more, but I know that if I stop, I'll be another nigga headed to heaven, hanging with Pop. These motherfuckers look at me like I'm a slanger, making threats to my family, dog, I'm in danger. Who do you call when these agents want you dead and they hit these penitentiaries and niggas make a pledge? So I dip and duck the fed. All my homies stuck out on indictments, caught up on the phone talking prices. 25 to life's the mandatory minimum. My whole community gets treated like they criminals. Crying convictions, getting motherfuckers hung. Gotta see out on the inside and everybody's song. Mothers and fathers separated from their sons. Households are broken, you couldn't hold your tongue. If it's yours, say it's yours, take the case, do your time. You was out here getting money from it, everything was fine. Now you crying in your jail cell, stressing on the case. And the DEA's at a nigga every other day. I can see it in your face, in the middle of your soul. You in question of your manhood, homie. Keep it cold. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. See, I be on some street shit, don't talk to police. I won't accept a visit from agents who wanna see if I got shit to say about a nigga case. I'm a motherfucking nigga through and through, I ain't gay. Know a nigga caught a case and he took his 25, set it out on appeal and gave him back that time. A soldier in his mind and his actions said the same. Told a cracker, tell your mammy suck his dick and see with James. Ain't no motherfucking game, we been living this for real. When the government is working, real niggas never squeal. Right here the truth revealed, drawing you a mouse. Yeah, you rapping, but the homie Lil Pots can't get out. Niggas, they hit the pen, they get charged, they get out. On a Rule 35, he informing for the cops. You can hear it in his voice, I listen to the tapes. Now you showing up in court, testifying for the state. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. I'm knowing all the scams, all the tricks to the trade. Know a nigga trying to get clean and you get in the way. Know a nigga trying to get green and you stick out the bait. Cause a nigga like a dope fiend can't rehabilitate. Still we sticking to the G code, we playing by the rules. We don't fuck around with new niggas cause new niggas is fools. We don't photograph the homies that'll catch a nigga up. On the picture you a victim, bottom line nigga fuck. Only connect with real, staying down with the truth. I got love for you, man, you a real nigga spook. My nigga Spoonie G, I can only name a few, but it's 1,000 motherfuckers in the pen bulletproof. So this one here for you, I'ma rep it till I die. Fuck a 5K1, check his PSI. Send his ass to the top if he say he sit at home. He a motherfucking snitch, snitching niggas need a song. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We don't trust in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we don't make a peace bond. We ain't trusting in the judicial system, we shoot guns. We rely on the streets, we do battle in the hood. I was born in the G code, embedded in my blood. We don't talk to police, we rely on the streets, though. Say me don't talk to police, but we rely on the streets, though. To kill, I refuse to die. Sweat, tears, and blood. Pay dues, survive. In these streets I roam. I've been blessed to live. Could have easily got caught up in my yesteryears, but I'm here. My story remains the same. I ain't changed a bit. I speak words of pain from a frozen heart. Lost what's left to lose. I'm alone, and what I promise is death to you. And it's true, my only fear is I have none. My conscience makes me keep me to myself, cause I blast hard. And I can fall fall asleep when next to a dead man. I'm cold, I put bullet holes all off in your head, man. So bring me death, cause I've been itching to see if it's an afterlife. Aim it at me, cock it and squeeze. Back to back to back to back to back to back, nigga. From my first fucking album, nigga. And I still can't be fucked with. Trust me, I'm the truth in here. I give up what's real. Not afraid to die, not afraid to kill, but afraid to lie and too scared to steal. Cause what's mine is mine, and what's his is his. And these streets is clear, punishment severe. If that line is crossed, that's when them guys appear. It's like nothing you've seen, so fuck what you've heard. It ain't what you believe, cause it's deeper than words. If that silence is broken, somebody's coming to blow holes in your upper body, leaving a bloody coat to be viewed by these dudes who feel like this. And when it's enough said, it's bloodshed. Believe that shit, nigga, cause we that sick, nigga. You see that bitch, get him, cause he that snitch, nigga. And squeeze, that's it, nigga. Let you watch what you say it and die. What you cherish is close to me, so don't testify. Straight up hood, nigga, made it rapping. Yeah, call the break, huh? My life put down in words, homie. That's some real shit. Yo, rap there.
So Brad, tell us, what's going on in your world?
It's fucked up, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm seeing something scary, it's blurry, make it clearer. I got a funny feeling that today will be the day that someone tries to blow my motherfucking ass away. Hey, I did some wrong in my time of dying, but I never felt the nerve to make the motherfucking final cut. I've been depressed for no fucking reason, but every problem has a reason. I'm kinda having trouble breathing. Somebody help me, hear my bleed, my battle cry. My psychic told me it's gonna be hard for Brad to die. She told a lie. I think I ought to shoot the bitch. I got my pistol, thinking if I should shoot the shit. Click, bang, I jammed it, I slammed it. Oh shit, god damn it. I'm having a fucked up day to begin with. I lost a bitch, a bird, and then this. My homies seem to think I get too hot. I'm doing fine, now pass me the formaldehyde. The only thing that seems to help me cope is when I'm drunker than a motherfucker, puffing on some potent smoke. And then I'm able to deal with the woes, the friends, the folks, the bitches, the hoes. I got a gang of niggas, and none of them I'll fuck. I got a gang of bitches, and none of them I trust. Trust a bitch, no, never. I'm having enough trouble trying to keep my damn self together. They got me by the balls, so please help me break these motherfucking walls. I scream, there's no one there to see me cry. I guess it's hard to scream to motherfuckers when you scream inside. I'm staring at my future, it's in plain view. I blame myself, but mommy dear, I blame you. Cause now I'm finally looking at the picture. My daddy should've quit ya right before we hit ya. I swung into the left instead and left a big ass stain in the fucking bed. Because the world was fucked from the first, and having me only made the matters worse. Now look at what they did to me. That's some fucked up shit for a kid to see. Motherfucking villain after villain, killing after killing, trying to check the millions. Damn, I'm going straight to fucking saint. A fucking shame, about to blow my fucking brains. I'm dead, I'm finally through with hearing these fucking voices in my head. Somebody finally got me. I'm looking at myself outside my fucking body. So now I'm standing face to face, Mr. Scarface versus Mr. Scarface. We've been two different people from the start. One nigga's too smart, the other's too fucking hard, and both refuse to be outsmarted. Deadly departed, the battle's already started. Fuck it, it's on, I swamp, I duck, I weave, connect,
I'm struck. Caught me with the piercing lip and realized to myself I shot my own fucking self. Damn, suicide is quicker. I tried to break the wall keeps getting thicker. I'm really starting to miss my mother. I'm trying to climb the wall, it's higher than a motherfucker, and hollow's what the sound is. I'm having major problems trying to walk around it, and ain't no getting up, I'm trapped. I really should've dropped my motherfucking strap, cause when I think about it now, I didn't have to climb the motherfucker. I should've broke the motherfucker down. Say, man, it's tough being at the top, huh? I couldn't agree with you more. Jealous hearted motherfucker. Never be able to fuck with me, nigga. Ever. Super solid from day one. Never put myself in a compromised position. I'm a chess player. And if I did, I just shoot my way out. Birds born to my mama. I come from the place where you promised die before your 21st. You'll be surprised what's underneath the earth. Dug dirt, I put bones there. All my enemies is gone now. I can't sleep through the cold sweats. Flashbacks, I'm a known threat. God fearing, yet I'm evil though. I think deep, I believe in ghosts. Ever felt the hand of a dead body? Then you know why I took my gun and headshot him. War started over dope cuts. I put what I live by on both nuts. It's either him or me, so I say fuck dude. I look him in his eyes and tell him fuck you.
I've been running this shit so long, my head always like fuck you. Niggas been throwing rocks at the throne, I'ma reach out and touch you. They ain't gotta put no money on your dome, my nigga fuck you. Stand for, oh bitch, pussy nigga, fuck you.
I live like I spit it, raised by the wolves, so my mentality is get it. A life on the street takes commitment. The power that you gain gets addictive. The money being made gets you bitches. A real nigga play the game like it's business. A weak nigga facing time go to snitching. Plotting on his whole team cause he ain't wanna listen. If it was all good just a week ago, take your motherfucking charge, that's your key of dope. They all wanna eat, gotta feed folk. Took an oath on the streets called the G code. That's what we live by, to die for it. I got homies standing firm doing time for it. We a 5K1 skunk killers. Down word to part him, go bust that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
I've been running this shit so long, my head always like fuck you. Niggas been throwing rocks at the throne, I'ma reach out and touch you. They ain't gotta put no money on your dome, my nigga fuck you. And everything you stand for, oh bitch, pussy nigga fuck you.
Yeah, they jealous of me cause my shine bright. My grind strong plus my mind right. My gun loaded up with both clips. Jump out on me wrong and meet the 4/5. No shit, this is music you can drive by. Jeezy on me cold, we abide by. Blunt burning in the ashtray. Playing faggot games and now your ass chase. Niggas wearing tight pants and high heels. Claiming another nigga hood that is not real. I am still the hardest nigga being heard. Fuck he claiming he real when he ain't keep his word. He ain't fooling me, my nigga, he is just a nerd. Nothing but a rap tune, he ain't seen a bird word. I talk that shit that I can back though. Come test my boxing game, I'm in the bag hole. Talk that big six for packing double blank. You at trouble ain't, just another saint. Fuck 'em. off a Holloway. Broken, disgusted, without enough money to buy food, but I'm smoking, so fuck it. Hit the schoolyard, no report card, cause I'm larger than life. Clothes smoky, eyes shining, cause I'm high as a kite. Fuck you, high school teachers, I'm a man of respect. South Acres, baby gangster, I'm the man of respect. Fuck the school vice principal, he's shy and I'm leaving. Told my mom about my dope case, and my mama believed it. Now my daddy got a problem, cause I'm home on vacation. Trouble child, with a fuck mind, let him know what he's facing. Got the doctors who studied this, but niggas without it, probably take a shrinking lifetime. Figure it out. I seen the same thing flash, change vibe, and motherfuckers caught in that change remain silent. So why you figure I've been standing here shaking? Cause the devil's close and he came in for me, but I can't face him. My soul's controlled by the blessings of God. Still scared to walk the church ground cause the devil's in charge. Somebody help the lost souls find savior, cause I'm standing on the cup with a tech 9 for the whole behavior. They wanna take me out the game like Ryder. You youngsters better stop and peep game cause my game wider. I send this out to those who thought they could come. Cold as fuck when it came to the game, and my game done.
Man, what's up with these niggas out here? Mad at us cause we on top. I love to see niggas getting money. Better get it while the getting is good. Get it while you can, man. And stop hating me. Fucking with my shit cause I got more hustle than you. Get yours. Get yours, baby.
I'm seeing millions, niggas don't understand. Know what? I'm making moves, putting cash behind plans to blow up. Willie style like this. Every day I parlay, sip Henny and Tangeray. Stay in the mix like Alizé. VIP, my shit park valet. On the prowl again to get honeys familiar with the smile again. Some try to salt Dre, it's still cavi. I'm eating steak while they struggle to break the slave mentality. I'm giving living definition. Long as my heart's ticking, I fought and make the world listen. Whatever flop Dr. Dre invented. Turn on the box and let my son watch these studio clowns on 60 inches. I push her over, shit platinum before the session's over. Rap master with the Houston heat holder. These players best to get their shit in check, cause when I get my hustle on, ain't no playing with a fool's
Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese, cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No. Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese, cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No. Fuck the whole world, meant that. Gotta stay strapped, cause 99.9 of niggas carry they gats. To a fist fight and shit might come down to dime. When the time comes down for the trying, I got 9 reasons why niggas shouldn't step in my face with the nonsense, cause I'm always heated and you can taste this. All the little something out the seams of my trousers. With no hesitation, I got a team to come clown you or down you. So let your people know what they face with. The type of individual that'll bomb a substation. Kaboom! And everybody dies outside. It ain't no escaping the reaper, so don't try. Go ahead and close your eyes. Who the next to step? Face down, hit, leaning on the steps of death. Check yourself. You just been invaded by true soldiers. December 31st, 96. The game's over. Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese, cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No. Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese, cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No.
I've got all my life to live, plus with all my love to give. Smoking weed, I never trail, I lead. Spending dough, trick the cost of a ride like it was pocket money G's. But these are the things real players do. Talking shit is real things that the haters do. I'm naming you, shit's thick. It's time to run for shelter. I give the word, things could happen to Marks like it was helter skelter.
Dear diary, I'm running out of pages, fading in and out, taking purple hazes. The daisies, revelations in the last stages. Red skies listening to the silent horns play. I'm praying with tears in my eyes, cause I'm trying to make it into eternal peace without dying. But they eyeing my bank account with beams on my rover. The killer failed to launch his attack. The game's over. Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese. Cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No. Lord, please murder my enemies. Yeah. Burn them at 1,000 degrees. And Lord, please let me make more cheese. Cause I ain't quite ready to leave. No. Like MJG, you know we down with us. Be legit and eat easy. Down with us. My nigga Young TV, we down with us. Southside nigga, and we down the bus. I'm number 4. Too many niggas taking rap for a joke. You be up for 1 minute and then the next you flat broke. Rhyming about fly bitches, Daytona 100 spokes. Pockets once was fat, but now your bum smokes. And now your gun hold. Got you niggas by your side. And the topic of your every conversation's let's ride. But take 5 and then put on that bullshit aside. Cause you know as well as I know that you don't wanna die. Gives a fuck about your crew. What they wanna do? Them niggas break the cock they straps. We cock straps too. Then we blast on fools. Fuck whoa. We smoke sticks too. Like Black Ron do. We spray criminals. Fuck an interview. Jay Prince who ethnic cleanse like Hitler used to do. Bring on the interlude. I'm coming from a school where if a nigga mouthed it out, we aim to hit it too. Method subliminal. I'm the original. That bullshit I heard on your disc was pitiful. I'm critical. Nigga, I ride around in houses. My record's doing millions. You barely do 100,000. I clock mojo plus Dumo shows. You brag on tight clothes, but you can't go gold. You sold your soul. And bullshit sound low. Fucking with me is not so. You need 9 more. Now the internet, radio, prison, even the TV. I'll ask you me to spit the meaning of B-U-N-B. Well, let's see, I'm broader than Broadway. Rolling brothers on Broadway. Got your broad out on Broadway to Broadway in a broad day. Now I brought the underground plunder sound from down under. Something like when that thunder pound way from round yonder. Now I'm from the South Main, plus I'm the South Main. Fanatical Pharaoh, Crooked and Carol on South Main. Close your mouth, man. I ain't asked to see your tonsils or your tongue. Looking sprung like the Prince was for Rapunzel. I get twisted like a pretzel. These rappers crying the blues, cause I make this shit look way easier than tying my shoes. People ask me, do I write rhyme? I tell them I used to. Shit, now I'm writing history, you gon' remember like the Juice Crew. YouTube, the G2, the KPA, play up. It's been Bobby Ewing, nigga. Next up is J.R. James Page, you know we down with us. Rockin' rock before, down with us. My nigga Willie, you know we down with us. Can't forget about Reggie, cause he down with us. My nigga Jay Rich, you know we down with us. Big Chief and B-Dub, down the bus. All these niggas in this motherfucker down with us. Taking motherfuckers out is a must. We number 1. Recognize them all, motherfucker. Yeah. All about Scarface this motherfucking year, huh? Get that shit straight, nigga. Get that motherfucking shit straight, huh? I'm the reason why you started rapping, old punk ass nigga. I did this shit, nigga. I lived this motherfucking shit, and that's the motherfucking reason, bitch. I'm number 1.
This podcast was produced by BHatch Books. BHatchBooks.com. Music for this podcast was provided by T Vance. Find his music at ReverbNation.com/T Vance. Thank you for listening.
Bring it to the ring, old hoe ass nigga. Come on. I like to teach the world to be
a dope man just like me. I like to front the world some coke and let them sell for me.